Hi everybody, welcome to my Facebook Live. Are you tired of reaching for food for comfort or to numb out your feelings? Are you shocked at how often you are completely unaware of how much food you just ate or how it even tasted? Are you ready to give up binge eating, demolishing an entire bag or a whole carton, and then afterwards feeling guilty and ashamed for all of the food you've just consumed? We all have problems with food. We turn to food for comfort. We eat when we are stressed. We eat to reward ourselves. We have issues with overeating or not stopping when we feel full. We eat when we're bored, and we eat when we're not hungry. I know for myself, the issue I had is I would eat even when I was full. And so I would say one more bite, like we'd go to the Indian restaurant, and I love Indian food. I'd say one more bite, one more bite, one more bite. And then later I would feel so uncomfortable. And I would say, why did you do that? Next time we go to the Indian restaurant, I'm going to stop when I feel full. Yet the next time when we would go, the same pattern would happen. And I was never able to stop this habit, this pattern, until I used the emotion code on myself. So often, these unhealthy eating habits are a result of the negative trapped emotions that are stored in your body, emotional baggage from the past, things that have never been processed and released. So these negative emotions, these trapped negative emotions, are what's triggering either your cravings or your undesirable eating habits. So hi everybody, I'm Juanita Ecker, certified emotion code and body code practitioner. Today's topic is, can the emotion code help you eliminate the night snacking, grazing, nibbling, and some people binge all night long until they go to bed? Have you heard the expression, you are eating your feelings? See if you relate to any of this. All of a sudden, these negative feelings come up, and so you polish off a pint of ice cream. You have a fight with your spouse or significant other, and the first thing you do is head to the refrigerator. You have a disagreement with a coworker, and you feel stressed, so you head to the vending machine to quell the tension you are feeling. You are procrastinating doing something that needs to be done, and instead you find yourself snacking, grazing, or nibbling. You are bored, and you reach for a cookie, and before you know it, 10 of them are gone. What triggers your emotional eating? So let me ask you, what would it feel like to get rid of an annoying food habit or to delete your emotional eating behavior? Today, I'm going to show you how to delete those annoying food habits within minutes. If this sounds crazy to you, stick around and see the results. It's going to get crazier. I'm going to use this simple refrigerator magnet and this chart, the emotion code chart from the emotion code book. If you've been following me for the past couple weeks, I've been deleting food and eating habits for people. And a few weeks ago, we deleted chocolate ice cream for Cheryl. She loved chocolate ice cream, couldn't resist it. We released all the triggers for her that were causing her extreme cravings. And right after the emotion code clearing, she went and bought an ice cream cone, and it didn't taste good at all. She was worried that it would be temporary. And so a week later, she bought another ice cream cone, and it still didn't taste good. So now she no longer has the cravings for chocolate ice cream. For Catherine, she wanted to get rid of solid milk chocolate, and she couldn't have it in the house, would call her name, she would have to eat it. And we released the triggers for her, the negative trapped emotions. And now she said she bought a piece, it's sitting in the house. She wasn't tempted to eat it or smell it. So it's really fun to eliminate cravings for food that you no longer want to eat. Last week, I worked on eating when bored. And for Katie, she used to eat when she's bored. And she sent me a message today that now, instead of mindlessly eating and then later saying to herself, why did I do that? Why did I just eat all of this food? She says, gee, am I really hungry? Or what am I feeling? So she's now more aware of her pattern so that she can think about if there's a specific emotion that's triggering her eating versus just mindlessly eating because she was bored. So I did not invent this. This was invented by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and he wrote the book, The Emotion Code. And it says, how to release your trapped emotions for abundant health, love, and happiness. The book is about 3 years old, but the technique that I'll be using today is called the Emotion Code, and that's about 20 years old. And with this book, Dr. Bradley is helping thousands of people all over the world, and Tony Robbins wrote the foreword on this book. The cool thing is, I was certified by Dr. Brad. Now, I have a special gift for my Facebook viewers. I created the ultimate emotional eating assessment. And here it is here. And it's this beautiful 4-page assessment. And what's great about this assessment is maybe you don't even really know why you eat. And this will help you identify what your triggers are, because in all situations that we want to change, first you have to become aware of when you're doing it or why you're doing it. So this assessment will help you figure out, are you eating when you're bored or stressed or angry? And maybe some of you just automatically eat when you feel these strong emotions and you don't even know what you're feeling. So this will help you with that. Or maybe you're someone who eats for every emotion, every negative emotion that comes up. And by taking this assessment, you'll really be able to see on paper the triggers for you. So to get this free gift, to get the assessment, go to the shiftingsand.com/free gift. That's the shiftingsand.com/free gift. Great. I think you'll really like it. I've had good, positive feedback from the people that have gotten it so far. All right, before we get started, let me share a few success stories with you. The Emotion Code can be worked for a variety of things. I worked with a woman who had extreme discomfort in her heel, in her ankle, and it would ache and it would throb. And when she came to me, she had it for about 5 weeks. The first session, her discomfort level was a 6, and we got it down to a 2. And then the next session, we got the 2 down to a 0. So it's amazing what the Emotion Code can do for physical challenges. I worked with a dog, and yes, we can work with animals. Sweet little dog who was so nervous in the car, the owner would have to give her tranquilizers. And so the owner wasn't happy, the dog wasn't happy, and every year the owner drives from Michigan to Florida. She really wanted another way to travel with her sweet little companion without having to give her tranquilizers. I worked on the dog a couple times, and now the dog is fine in the car, the owner's happy, the dog's happy, so it makes it for a much more pleasant experience for both of them. I worked with a young woman who really struggled with procrastination and lack of motivation. She wanted to complete a dog trainer program. She was enrolled in this program, and she just wasn't motivated to do the work. I worked with her, and we released all of the blocks that were stopping her from taking action. So I'm happy to report that now she's a certified dog trainer, and she's thrilled that we sort of released all the things from her past that were blocking her, that were causing the procrastination and lack of motivation. So think of something sad, scary, or traumatic that happened. And it could be yesterday or it could be years ago. And when you think of that event, what emotion comes to mind? Is it disappointment? Is it guilt? Is it frustration? Is it anger? The fact that you remember the emotion means it's probably still stuck in your body. So give this emotion a number on the 0 to 10 scale. 0, it's not there at all, and 10, it's at the worst. The fact that you could give this emotion a number means that it's stuck in your body. This is what we call a trapped emotion because it's never really been fully processed and released. So sometimes these negative emotions get caught in our body and they can impact us on physical levels, on mental levels. It can affect your attitude. So that's why it's really important to get rid of the negative emotions that are stored in your body. So here's why you want to get rid of the negative emotions in your body. Think of yourself as standing in this big hula hoop, in this circle of energy. And whatever is inside this circle is the vibe that you are sending out. And the law of attraction matches that vibration. When you're having a negative feeling, you are sending a negative vibe. So when you have a feeling to have a craving for chocolate ice cream, or you have a feeling to have a craving for milk chocolate, the law of attraction is going to give you more of it. When you are on a certain vibration causing you to binge eat or to snack all night long, the law of attraction is going to give you more of it. So it's really important that we get rid of these feelings so that the law of attraction can now respond to a new feeling. It always responds by giving you more of the same. So today, it's about the high vibe zone. The best way to create a high vibe is to get rid of the low vibes. And the best way to become more positive is to be less negative. And why do you want to do that? Because the law of attraction is sort of eavesdropping on the vibe that you are sending out. So today, we're going to work on the night snacking, grazing, and nibbling. I know a lot of people tell me that once dinner is over, they tend to snack all night long until they go to bed. And maybe you are snacking because you don't really know what you're hungry for. You know, it's like you're hungry for something, but you don't really know what you're hungry for. And so you tend to eat rather than uncovering what the real issue is. So if you want to volunteer today, there's no embarrassment. You won't have to reveal details from your past. I will identify the emotion off of the emotion code charts and delete it within minutes. And when I say delete, it's like hitting delete on your computer. It's like delete, delete, delete. And once we delete these trapped emotions, these negative emotions, the emotional baggage from the past, they are gone forever. And the magnet, once I run it over the governing meridian, it neutralizes the frequency of that emotion. So how does this work? You know the expression, we're all connected energetically. Pretend there's a big internet web or thread. And before I work with someone, I get her permission to access her subconscious mind. Her subconscious mind is like a big computer. It knows everything. It knows when it happened and what happened. It also knows what emotion is causing the emotional eating behavior or the binge eating behavior or the night snacking behavior. So my job is the mechanical connection. You can only ask the subconscious yes or no questions. And so my skill is finding the correct yes or no answer. So you may have heard of muscle testing before, and when I connect to the volunteer or a client, I use this ring and ring method. And when I become a proxy for the individual. It's like my body is pushing itself aside. Once I energetically connect with the person, my body knows that I'm muscle testing for them. So I'm not guessing at anything. I'm asking her subconscious questions, and her subconscious mind is telling my subconscious mind when to lock for a yes. This may appear very weird, but I've helped a lot of people with this technique. So what I use, the ring and ring method, and when the fingers are together, they're strong, that's a yes. When the fingers come apart, that's a no, that's weak. So they come apart, that's a no. So that's the method I'll be using today. If you want to volunteer, write down your issue, give me permission to work on you, and what you think the severity of the issue is on the 0 to 10 scale, with 0 not being there at all and 10 it's at the worst. And then update me here in the chat a few minutes after we do the clearing. Okay, so let's see who wants to volunteer. So Melinda says she eats in the evening and she thinks the severity is a 9 or a 10. Great. So we'll start with Melinda. Okay. All right, let me take a couple minutes to connect with Melinda. Okay, my name is Melinda, my name is Juanita, so I have a strong connection with Melinda right now. Eats in the evening. Okay, the snacking. What is the severity of the constant snacking in the evening for Melinda? Is this a 10? Yes. Okay. My goal is to get this to a 0 today. And I always like to tell the people that have issues with emotional eating, today I'm just demonstrating the concept for a 10-minute session. And sometimes it takes longer to completely clear the issue than just a little quickie 10-minute session. So I always like to let my volunteers know that if they still have the issue after I've worked with you, that means there's more negative emotions that we need to release that are contributing to the issue. Okay, great. So let's see how many trapped emotions are causing Melinda to snack all night long. And with the emotion code chart here, I'm asking, is it on the left? Is it on the right? Is it odd numbers? Is it even numbers? And eventually, I narrow it down to the exact emotions that are triggering Melinda for this habit. All right, so there are 5 trapped emotions. There's 10, okay. Are they all in the same row? Yes, okay. Row 1, good. All right, Melinda, here we go. We're going to change your life. We set the intention to release the trapped emotion of abandonment, betrayal, forlorn, lost, love unreceived, effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity, overjoy, vulnerability. Good. The next category is called absorbed. And we've all had it where we walk into a room and the energy feels a little off. Sometimes you can absorb trapped emotions from people and then they get stuck in your body. And the absorbed emotions are really tough because you don't even know they're there. And so it's really important to get rid of any emotions that you have absorbed from other people. So does Melinda have any absorbed trapped emotions? Yes. How many? 1? More than 1? No, 1. Okay. Okay, is it on the left? Is it odd numbers? Odd numbers. B2, is it failure? Helplessness. Okay, we set the intention to release the absorbed emotion of helplessness. Sometimes with the absorbed, you have to swipe between 30 and 50 times to really clear it. Okay. The next category is the stress-related energies. How many? Are there 5? More than 5? Are there 10? Okay. Column C, column B, odd numbers, B2, all of B2, okay. Is the next group of 5 in column B? No. Column A, odd numbers, A2, A4. All right, great. We set the intention to release the energy of loss of pride, failure, hemmed in, used, put upon, fanatic, obsession, intolerance, arrogance, and vulnerable. Good. Are there any hidden? Sometimes a trapped emotion can be hidden, but then if we ask if it's hidden, it's not hidden anymore. Are there any hidden trapped emotions? Yes. How many? Just one? Okay. On the left, odd numbers, A2. Is it anxiety? Okay, great. We set the intention to release the hidden trapped emotion of anxiety. Now, just like you can inherit brown hair and brown eyes, you can inherit trapped emotions from your parents. And maybe it's emotions that have been passed down from generation to generation. And people say, oh, I reacted to this just like my mom used to do. Or my dad always used to act the same way that I do. So it might be a trapped inherited emotion that's been passed down. Does Melinda have any inherited trapped emotions? Yes. How many? More than one? No. One, okay. On the left, odd numbers, A2. Is it anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness? Is this from the mom? No, from the dad. Okay, we set the intention to release the inherited trapped emotion of nervousness coming from the dad, being passed down to Melinda. Good. The next category is called the vibrational resonance, and we like to use the analogy of a bell. And sometimes emotions are maybe partially cleared, but there's a little bit left, so there's still sort of ringing, and we call that a vibrational resonance. Are there any vibrational or resonance trapped emotions? Yes. Are there 5? No. More than 5? 10? Okay, there's 10. Well, the same row? Yes. Odd numbers? Row 2. We set the intention to release the vibrational resonance of anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, and low self-esteem. Good. All right, the next group is the prenatal, and sometimes the fetus can either have their own emotions that get trapped, or can absorb something from one of the parents. Is there a prenatal? No. Okay, good. The next group is called the compound. A compound is two energies that combine to form a new one. So when you think of red and white, it combines pink. So sometimes two emotions create a whole new emotion. Is there a compound? Yes. Are there two emotions in this compound? Yes. Okay, on the left, odd numbers. B2, is it failure, helplessness? Hopelessness is the first one. And lack of control. We set the intention to release the compound energy of hopelessness and lack of control. Good. The next group is called the heart wall emotion, and sometimes we gather up emotions that are stored in our body and we put them around our heart, like as a form of protection. Does Melinda have a heart wall emotions that are causing her to eat and snack in the evening? Yes. How many? Are there 10? Less than 10? No. More than 10? 15? 20. Okay. 20 heart wall emotions. So row 1. Okay. Row 2. All right, we set the intention to release the heart wall emotion of abandonment, betrayal, forlorn, lost, love unreceived, effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity, overjoy, vulnerability. Heart wall emotion of anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, and low self-esteem. Great. Is there anything else causing Melinda to snack in the evening? Yes. Okay, so maybe I missed something here. Let's see. Is there an inherited on the stress-related list? No. Is there an absorbed on the stress-related list? Yes. Okay. Absorbed. Is it just one? Okay. Column C. Column B, odd numbers, B1. Is it betrayed? We set the intention to release the absorbed energy of betrayed. Good. Did we release absorb betrayed? Yes. Is there anything else causing Melinda to continuously snack in the evening? No. What was the severity when we started? Was it a 10? Yes. What's the severity now? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yay! All right. So in about 15 minutes, I took Melinda from a 10 to a 0. This is so cool. I just love this work. Okay, so let's see how many trapped emotions we released for Melinda in that short amount of time. 40, wow, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 55 negative emotions that were sort of aggravating her, that were stuck in her body, causing her to want to snack and eat all night long. Great. So Melinda, make a comment. Let us know if you felt anything. or sometimes people will yawn, sometimes people will feel tingling or energy flowing through them, or they feel lighter. So make a comment, Melinda, and let us know. Make a comment here in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling. All right, let me disconnect from Melinda. My name is Juanita. My name is Melinda. Okay. All right. Okay, so Melinda says 55 trapped emotions. Thank you, she says. All right, you're welcome. And she says, I feel tingly and can't stop giggling, and I feel so relieved. Oh, nice. So this will be fun to see the shifts that you notice, Melinda, in the week following us. Okay, so let's see who else is here. If you're here, say hello. If you saw something new, type yes. Okay, I see that my friend Pat is here. Hi, Pat. Swayam is here. Hello, glad you could join us. Lori is watching. Good. So if you just joined us, earlier I was promoting the Ultimate Emotional Eating Assessment. This is a free gift that I have for my Facebook viewers. So if you just joined us and you want to get the gift, this is a nice assessment. It's 4 pages long, beautiful, all these nice colors and pictures. And why do you want this assessment? You know, maybe you don't really know what triggers your emotional eating. Or maybe you feel these strong emotions and you reach for food and you have never identified, was it because something happened that day? Is it something that happened a couple weeks ago? The assessment will help you identify what's really triggering your emotional eating. So to get the free assessment, go to theshiftingsand.com/free gift. That's theshiftingsand.com/free gift. The people that have gotten it so far have really loved it, and I've gotten phenomenal feedback from it. Okay, is there anyone else that wants to volunteer to have me work on the night snacking, grazing, binging, nibbling? Is there anyone else here today that wants me to do a little quickie session on you? If so, type it in the comments and then I can work on you. I worked with a woman who couldn't eat dairy. Now here's a situation where we wanted to add the food rather than take it away. And every time she had the dairy, she would be bloated, she would get gas, and she really didn't want to give up the ice cream. I worked on her. We got rid of all the trapped emotions and the imbalances that were causing her body to react negatively to the dairy. And now she can eat the dairy, she's fine. I worked with a man who always reacted with anger. And he said, he'd be driving, people would cut him off, and he would yell at them, give them the finger. He had a new girlfriend, and every time there was an argument, it would quickly escalate into anger. And so he came to me, and we worked on all of his things from the past, his emotional baggage, that was triggering him to respond this way. And he said, Juanita, now I don't do that. People cut me off. I say, oh, well, my girlfriend and I can sit down and talk rather than it immediately becoming a fight. So it's so much fun to work on these kinds of life-changing issues for people. I worked with a woman who was a holistic doctor and couldn't find a job she loved. She really wanted a job in her field that excited her. And there were a lot of blocks, imbalances that were stopping abundance, money, and a good job from coming to her. Worked with her for quite a few sessions, and then eventually we did clear it all. And now, in the past couple weeks, she's had 2 job offers. So it's really exciting to see once a person's vibration shifts, the law of attraction can now bring you new things instead of bringing you what you've always been used to before. Okay, so I don't see anyone else that wants to volunteer. Okay, all right. So maybe you are thinking that you'd like to have a better relationship with food. Or maybe you long to be more in control around food. Or maybe you want to stop using food against yourself. Or maybe you just want to get rid of your annoying eating habits once and for all. If this is an issue you struggle with, I would welcome the opportunity to work with you. You saw what I can do in a 15-minute session. I released 55 trapped emotions for Melinda. So you can imagine what we can do in a 30-minute session where we're really devoting our time to your challenges and issues. So if you'd like to work with me, I make it very easy for you. I send you a checklist. You can check off what you want to work on. I do all my sessions on the phone, so I don't need to see you. You can be comfortable or in your pajamas, and just like I didn't need to see the volunteer today. And for my international clients, I use WhatsApp. So if you'd like to talk to me about, what would it mean to get rid of your emotional eating behaviors, or how would that work? I do offer a free 20-minute strategy session that we can just talk about your issue, and you can kind of understand the strategies I use to help you overcome this emotional eating behaviors. So if you want to book a session with me or to set up a free strategy session, go to theshiftingsand.com. That's theshiftingsand.com. And you can either send me a text or send me an email, and we can set something up. So thank you for sharing a part of your day with me today. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned the power of the emotion code. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Okay, bye now.